So I wanted to try and shoot something that looked like it was shot in a studio, but in my bedroom. And my bedroom isn't the biggest of rooms, so it's gonna be a challenge, but here we go. First, what I did was, I found a blank wall. A nice clean white wall, nothing on it, and then gave the wall a wipe to get any dust off it or any dirt, just so it's even more clean. And then I have this little stool I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use that for the base, like my ground. Obviously then you need a tripod. And then once you've got that set up, then you need your lights. I'd recommend trying to use some sort of light for this, just so you can have your shutter speed quite high and you still get the sharpness in the crisps. And then the last thing you'll need is obviously the crisps and a bin bag, just to catch the mess. So the first thing that I did was, I got the crisp packet and I hung it on a wire and then dangled that in position in front of the camera where I wanted it. Just so then I wasn't actually physically holding it, so my hand wasn't in the shot. It just makes it a lot easier in Photoshop. Grabbed a few shots and there you go. You've got your base shot. Then one more thing you'll need is a remote shutter. This is varied, you may not need this, but I'll link the one that I use down in the description. Plug that in and then the fun bit, start pouring. It is a messy process. You might need to do this a few times, just because the first time I actually did this, it failed. They all came out in one clump. They weren't evenly spread out throughout the fall. It didn't look good. So this took me about 4 attempts. So just persevere with it. Keep cleaning the crisp back up and putting them in the packet and trying again. It's just trial and error until you get the right one. So once you've done that, that's pretty much it for the photography side. Once you've got all the shots you think you need, have a quick tidy up, obviously, and then get all them images into Photoshop. So here we are in Photoshop. I've got all my images that I'm going to use up at the top here. Now, one thing that I did do that I didn't actually mention was I got a shot where you can see the crisps are actually open. Like on this shot here, you can't really see much because it's covered by my hand. But if you get a shot where you can see that it's open, then you can add that in afterwards to give the effect that it's pouring out. So pretty much all you want to do in this part is go onto your crisps, grab the pencil and just start selecting around them. So once you've selected around your crisp or a couple of crisps, no matter how you're doing it, you want to make that into a selection. Have the feather on 1, just so then it still looks sharp like a crisp, but it's not like a jagged Photoshop edge. So I set the feather radius to 1, and then Command J or Control J if you're on Windows, and there you've got your one little lonely crisp. So you just want to repeat this process for the rest of the crisps on each photo, and then once you've got them, I'll be back. So there you go, once you've got a bunch of crisps that you want to use in your photo, then you need to drag them all into one document. Please bear in mind that this is a rough job for me. I'm just doing this quickly because it's a video tutorial, but if you were doing this, obviously take your time with it. So once you've got all your crisps that you want, then we need to head into the crisp packet and then select around that and get that on a clean background. And then there's your bag of crisps. I went ahead and cut out the top of it as well, just to save time. Pretty much once you've got all your bits cut out, get it all into one document and then just position it wherever you like. And there we go. Pretty much, that's essentially it. If anyone's wondering how I made the background, I put my phone on the stool, aimed the torch against the white wall, shot a photo with a low exposure, so it created quite a vignetted look. Then into Photoshop, colorized it blue, added a Gaussian blur to take away any defects on the wall, and there you go, you've got a background. But it is easily done in Photoshop. You can just take the radius gradient tool, create a gradient, there you go. But yeah, essentially, this is it. This is what I've come up with. It took me around maybe an hour to make, including the shoot. So again, it is quite a rush job. If I was to do it again, I'd have more lighting, I'd spend more time cutting stuff out. But all in all, to say I've shot this in my room in an hour, I'm happy with this. Everything's come out clear. There's obviously the odd defect, but it's bound to happen. And there's some more things you can do as well. I've added some more things in just to add that bit of extra kick to it, to give it more of that professional vibe. I added these stripes in, because there's stripes on the packet as well. Not sure if this is too much though. I'm 50-50 on this, but we'll see. And I also added the logo to the brand. And again, if you want to go further, just go all out. But yeah, this is what I've come up with, an hour photo shoot in my room, including the editing. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell, and give me some feedback. If you do this as well, or anything like this, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.
I get some bands and I get some bands, I'm my little baby, yeah. I get some bands and I get some bands. my little baby.